Hey folks, welcome. Magic is a beautiful, intricate lie. We agree to be deceived, just to feel that flicker of impossible wonder. But what's behind the smoke and mirrors? Today, we're ripping the curtain wide open to reveal the genius behind the world's most famous illusions. We'll break down tricks that have baffled audiences for decades, ones that made you question reality itself. Don't worry, knowing the secret doesn't ruin the magic. The real art is in the method, the psychology, the audacity, the skill. Understanding how it's done elevates the craft. It's like seeing the brush strokes behind a masterpiece. Some secrets are so clever, so simple, they'll blow your mind all over again. Even if you think you got it all figured out, I bet at least one of these will make you say, "No way, it can't be that simple." But it is, and it's beautiful. Let's get into it. Let's start with the classic, sawing a woman in half. You know the setup. A magician, a long box, an assistant, and a saw. The assistant's head and feet stick out, the magician saws through the box, and then, miraculously, she's whole again. The secret? 2 assistants, hidden compartments, and clever design. One assistant's head, another's feet, your mind fills in the rest. The saw, the drama, the suspense, it's all showmanship. The real magic, teamwork, timing, and a brilliantly designed box. That's why this illusion endures, and always amazes. On to the next illusion. Now let's go big, David Copperfield's vanishing Statue of Liberty. In 1983, he made a 450,000-pound monument disappear live on TV, in front of a real audience. No camera tricks. The people were there, the statue was there, then it wasn't. The secret? He moved the audience, not the statue. The crowd sat on a massive rotating platform, disguised as solid ground. When Copperfield raised a curtain, the platform slowly, imperceptibly turned. The audience's view shifted just enough so the statue was hidden behind a tower, replaced by a matching set of lights on the shore. The curtain dropped, and the statue was gone. Helicopter shots were carefully framed to match the new perspective. The statue never moved. It was just out of sight. To bring it back, the process reversed. Curtain up, platform rotated back, curtain down, and Lady Liberty reappeared. The real magic was in controlling perspective and manipulating the crowd's sense of place. Copperfield didn't fool their eyes, he fooled their entire sense of reality. It's a masterclass in misdirection on a monumental scale. The trick wasn't about making something vanish, it was about making you believe it did. The rotating platform is the unsung hero. The audience never suspected they were moving. The setup, the timing, the choreography, it all had to be perfect. The illusion worked because it played on trust in your own senses. That's the genius of the trick. It's not about hiding the statue, it's about hiding the truth in plain sight. That's real magic. Let's float on to the next illusion. Levitation, the dream of flight, made real on stage. The magician gestures, and the assistant rises into the air. No wires, no strings. The secret? A hidden mechanical arm, called a cantilevered boom, supports the assistant from behind, camouflaged by a dark backdrop. The board she lies on is molded to her body with a socket for the arm, usually at her hip or back. Lighting and costume hide the connection. The magician passes a hoop around her, but never straight over the support. Instead, he maneuvers the hoop around the curve of the hidden arm, making it look like a continuous pass. The assistant's flowing dress helps conceal everything. The offstage technician controls the lift, making the movement smooth and magical. It's a dance of engineering, choreography, and showmanship. The audience sees enchantment. Backstage, it's all physics and precision. Levitation isn't about defying gravity, it's about hiding the machine that does the heavy lifting. That's the real magic. The bullet catch. The deadliest trick in magic. A marked bullet, a loaded gun, and a magician who catches the bullet in his teeth. The secret? The bullet that's fired is never the one that's caught. The magician uses sleight of hand to switch the marked bullet for a fake or a blank. The real marked bullet is palmed and hidden, often in the magician's mouth, before the gun is fired. The gun is loaded with a blank or a harmless substitute. The magician acts out the drama, then reveals the marked bullet. The danger comes only when magicians cut corners or use real guns. Modern versions use controlled props and careful choreography. The trick is about control, not courage. The real magic is in the sleight of hand, the acting and the audience's willingness to believe. It's not about speed, it's about being smarter than the crowd. Admire the skill, not the risk. The bullet catch endures because it's the ultimate test of trust and deception. The audience gasps, but the magician is always in control. The trick is a masterclass in misdirection and showmanship. The bullet was never in danger of needing to be caught. That's the secret. What about magicians who float themselves right on the street? You've seen them, sitting in midair, holding a staff, no wires, no stage. The secret? A hidden metal chair, disguised as a staff and concealed by loose robes. A heavy base plate anchors the rig, covered by a rug. A steel rod runs up through the staff, connects to a seat hidden under the performer's clothes. The performer's hand hides the main joint where the staff meets the seat. The robes conceal the entire structure. From the audience's view, it's a man floating. In reality, he's sitting on a cleverly disguised chair. The trick is as much about endurance as illusion. Sitting still for hours is no small feat. The setup is heavy, but once in place it's baffling. We look for wires above, never suspecting the secret is below. It's a perfect example of hiding the truth in plain sight. That's street magic at its best. The Zigzag Girl, a slice of 60s surrealism. An assistant steps into a tall cabinet, her face, hand, and foot visible. The magician slides blades through, then shifts the middle section to the side. Her torso appears offset. The secret? The assistant is a contortionist squeezing into a hidden side channel inside the box. The cabinet is bigger on the inside, painted black to hide the extra space. Her face, hand, and foot poke through holes. The rest of her body is pressed safely out of the blade's path. The sliding middle section is just a facade. It moves independently, while she stays hidden in the back. The illusion is a mix of optical trickery and physical discipline. The assistant's flexibility is key. The box's design, patterns, and black interior all work together to fool your eyes. The trick is as much about the assistant's skill as the magician's showmanship. Next time you see it, think about the contortionist inside, holding an impossible pose for the sake of wonder. It's a blend of engineering, art, and human endurance. The Zigzag Girl is a classic for a reason. On to the next marvel. Walking on water, the ultimate miracle. Magicians like Criss Angel seem to stroll across a pool, no wires, no boats. The secret? Clear plexiglass platforms just below the water's surface form a hidden walkway. The platforms are set up in advance, supported by clear legs, and placed so they're invisible from almost any angle. The magician knows the exact path and stays on it. Dipping a hand in the water is misdirection, done where there's a gap between platforms. Sometimes, swimmers in the pool are part of the act, avoiding the hidden bridge. Camera angles are controlled to hide the platforms. It's all about preparation, logistics, and environmental control. The magic isn't in the walk, it's in the audacity of building an invisible bridge and convincing you it's not there. It's construction disguised as a miracle. The trick is simple, but the effect is unforgettable. That's the real wonder. The card through window, a modern classic. A spectator signs a card, it's shuffled into the deck, and the magician throws the deck at a window. All the cards fall, except the signed one, which appears on the other side of the glass. The secret, a duplicate card with a forged signature is stuck to the window in advance. The magician forces the spectator to pick a specific card, then forges the signature on the duplicate. The real signed card is palmed and never leaves the magician's hand. When the deck hits the glass, the audience sees the duplicate, perfectly placed. The trick is over before it begins. Preparation and misdirection do all the work. Sometimes, an accomplice helps. Sometimes, it's all sleight of hand. The effect is impossible, but the method is simple. It's a testament to planning and psychological misdirection. The audience is left stunned, but the secret is all in the setup. That's the magic. So, there you have it. 8 illusions, 8 secrets. Knowing how it's done doesn't ruin the magic, it deepens your appreciation. The real magic is in the performance, the showmanship, the timing, the connection with the audience. The methods are just tools, wielded by artists. The wonder isn't in the how, but in the what if. Even when you know it's a trick, your heart wants to believe. That feeling, that's the real secret. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Drop a comment, Which secret surprised you most? Stay curious and always appreciate the cleverness behind the curtain.